is wrong with you? We're a family!
Before we start off today's videos, I want to thank all the members who are supporting the Multiverse of movies financially: Pedro Bonilla, Rhea, Lit Alex, the CJH, Daniel Martin, Strange Marvel Theories, BK Dan, and myself in comics. Thank you for supporting us financially, and if you want to support us financially, there's a join button near the subscribe button, and it is only 99 cents a month. If you help support us, you get a shout out at the beginning of every one of my videos. Now, let's continue on the video. So there's this brand new trailer for a series called Velma that is made by Mindy Kailing, which I'll say this right now, I'm a big Mindy Kaling fan. She was great in The Office, which is my favorite comedy series of all time. She's funny in that. And also, she also did her own show called The Mindy Project, which I really liked. I've only seen like a season, but still, I really liked it. But anyways, so there's this new trailer for Velma. Now, I'm going to clarify this. I'm not really a big Scooby-Doo fan. When I was a kid, I would watch it on Boomerang, and occasionally I'd watch it, but I wasn't really all that big. And like, I know hardcore Scooby-Doo fans will talk about like all the glory days, and then eventually got fucked up by introducing Scrappy-Doo and all that. And the thing is, I just don't know all that much. I just would occasionally watch an episode and thought, okay, cool. And then I saw the live action movies. Eventually, the older I got, then eventually they released that Scoob movie, which the first time I watched it, I remember when I first watched the first Scoob movie, that one that came out in the pandemic on video on demand. I remember when that one came out, I remember I was in my like film critic stage where I was watching Goodfellas, Godfather. Like, I was watching all these cinema movies, and I was so like in that mindset of movies need to be prestige that I hated Scoob. But then a couple months ago, I actually rewatched it, and I was like, this actually is not pretty bad. It's actually a pretty solid movie. I actually had loads of fun with it. And I'm actually glad I came around with it. So I'm not like the biggest Scooby-Doo fan. But that's all to say, there's this trailer for a new series called Velma. Now, Velma is made by Mindy Kaling and also voiced by Mindy Kaling. I don't know the rest of the cast. I don't feel like doing that much research on this show. Now, I wasn't going to talk about it, but it is the talk of the town because of how controversial it's become. And the reason why it's controversial is you are changing a lot of Scooby-Doo. First of all, you're not even having Scooby-Doo in it. Shaggy's black. The blonde guy, I mean, I think that's the only guy that's, I mean, from what I remember, that blonde guy was often seen as like this strong, stoic character, but he wasn't the brightest either. And you notice that throughout the years, like in the newer animated stuff, I remember seeing him kind of get a little, not dumb per se, but just would have dumb moments. But in the original show, I remember him being more like smart and much stronger. Well, it was always that. It was Daphne, the blonde guy. Sorry if I'm forgetting names. Again, I'm not the biggest fan. The blonde guy, Daphne, and Velma were always the smart ones, while Scooby and Shaggy would always be the dumb ones in the side, having their own side adventures. The show was really about them, just that they also needed to solve mysteries, so they would have these guys do it. So that's always been a little funny thing. But in the series, they changed that a lot or at least this trailer, what it seems like. First of all, it's R-rated. You know, there's a murder that happens. They're talking about drugs in it. They talk about weed. They talk about a lot. And it's like really different. Like, this would be as if they decided to make a Spider-Man series or a Spider-Man movie. And they have Venom and Spider-Man, both Eddie and Peter, just be like sex buddies. And they both need to fight Kraven because Kraven has the world's biggest schlong. I know that sounds weird, but that just, to me, it's his level. And yesterday I had heard a synopsis for the show, and I was like, this sounds bad. But the trailer dropped, and the trailer was actually not bad. It actually looked kind of funny. I actually like the trailer, and I'm actually interested. Now, I know all of you guys right now on your keyboards are saying, Isaac, you support woke content, terrible content. Look, I don't care. If you want to call something woke, go ahead. You be my guest. You do whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, it is your money you're investing in. At the end of the day, you get to choose whether or not you watch the series. But me, by my own merit, watching the trailer, I know it's far different from Scooby-Doo lore. I know it's way too different. I know this basically isn't a Scooby-Doo series anymore. But watching this actually got me interested. I'm not saying it's good automatically. I'm just saying watching the trailer actually got me a bit interested. While I think the show looks good based on the trailer alone, I will say this. I while I can't say I'm a Scooby-Doo fan, I watched this trailer and I thought, what was the point in making this Scooby-Doo? My biggest issue is the R-rated, and I'm fine with R-rated content. You guys know I love a lot of R-rated stuff. Aliens, Terminator, whatever you want to say, I love R-rated content. But it strikes a nerve with me, especially when it's something that should also be family friendly. That, like, imagine being a kid and you're a big Scooby-Doo fan. And now there's this brand new Scooby-Doo series that you're not even allowed to watch. That's my one issue I have with Zack Snyder's vision. I love Zack Snyder's movies. I think Zack Snyder's Justice League is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. It's one of my favorites. But one of my issues with the movie is, I'm sorry, but the Justice League should be a movie that families should be able to watch together, that kids should be able to watch. And the R rating just takes it away. And that's the same thing I have with Velma. I feel like if you're making a Scooby-Doo show, one thing you have to prioritize is families, kids. I know everyone's saying, well, there's still a lot of Scooby-Doo content and that they can watch that instead. But like any kid who's going to be getting trailers for this, they're going to be seeing this in the public eye. They're going to see this R rating. And they're going to see it and be like, oh, Scooby-Doo, they have Velma, Shaggy, all the characters they like. But they won't be allowed to see it. Which sucks ass, man. Like, if I'm a kid and I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan, that would really devastate me. And I just think, why don't you just make this your own thing? Why does it have to be Scooby-Doo related? Why couldn't it just be your own character? You could even call her Velma if you want to. Like, call her Velma, just have the same character, but not like have versions of Scooby-Doo. And I know we live in this world where everything has to be this, it has to be tied into a recognized IP. But I just think, it just sucks to be a Scooby-Doo kid and then told you can't watch a Scooby-Doo show. Like, if I'm a kid and my parents told me I can't watch Zack Snyder's Justice League because it's R-rated, bro, that would devastate me. That would kill me. And I think in the future, whether it's Marvel, DC, whatever, I mean, there's a couple of things. Like, for example, Blade, I think that's fine because you already established that as R-rated. Deadpool should be R-rated. There's a couple of things where those are already established to be R-rated. And, and even Logan, I'm fine with Logan because Logan is really a story, an adult story about the end of Logan. And I like that. So there's a couple of things you can do R-rating. But when you take an already pre-established thing that was made for kids, made for families, and you take it and make it R-rating, I kind of just think, why don't you just make your own thing? And I know it's not the direct, like, Mindy Kaling probably wanted to do a similar show like this, but I think the issue ultimately that is because Hollywood wants to have recognizable IP. They just want to have things that people recognize so that they can get viewers, which realistically, this is probably going to get more viewers based on the fact that it's Scooby-Doo. In fact, I'll tell you this right now. All the people who hated this trailer, who thought it was horrible, I guarantee you all of them would have liked this if it was its own thing, not Scooby-Doo related. Again, you could still keep the same character name. You could similar designs. Just why does it have to be Scooby-Doo? And I don't know. It's just this thing that I've been thinking about, especially the recent years. Like, because I have nephews, and I can see, like, how can a kid not be allowed to, like, see these things? And it's not the kid's fault. It's not the parent's fault. Again, if I'm a parent and I see that it says R rating, I probably won't let my kid see it. But again, I'm not a parent. But I don't know. I just feel iffy on this kind of thing. It's just like, why not? Like, why does it have to be something Scooby-Doo? And again, I don't think it's Mindy Kaling. I think it's more at the top, like Warner Bros. I think the people who allowed this to be greenlit, I think ultimately the only reason why they greenlit it was the Scooby-Doo IP. If Mindy Kaling had pitched in this story without the Scooby-Doo thing, I think it would have never been made. But I don't know, man. It's just a shame to watch. But anyways, you guys let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? Did you like the trailer? Did you not? Do you agree with me? I feel like this is the only take you're not going to hear because everyone's going to complain about race and all that. I don't care about race, whatever. What I care about is that families should be able to watch Scooby-Doo stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know.